Hello everybody, my name is Bobby. Honestly, this is going to be my first video. I'm actually going to be posting this to Twitter. Maybe I'll post it to YouTube and share the link. I don't know yet what's going to go happen here. But what I am looking at here is going to be a tweet about the Second Amendment. Now, the person who tweeted it is Kevin Sorbo. He's a very well-known on the side of the Republican side of things. He does get a lot of hate from the Democratic side. Now, on myself, real quick, I'm going to get into what I kind of represent. I do very strongly see myself as an independent because I'm not on either side, really. What I mean with that is when it comes to abortion, I am for abortion. However, when it comes to guns and the Second Amendment, I do lean more on that right side. So I kind of go all from either side, both of them, and I often do try to find the best compromise that it would be in my eyes anyway, if that kind of makes sense. Now, I don't like leaning to one side because there's one side is just not completely correct. And the other side's not completely correct either. It's just, no side's going to be 100% correct. And that's why we have it considering a two-party system. When in reality, we do have other parties. Like I said, I'm independent. Now, if I was to run for president or anything, I would run as an independent. I would not run as a Democrat or Republican. Now, getting into this, what we're looking at here is Tales of Brave Ulysses. I'm gonna be honest, this guy doesn't seem like he's a very grammatically correct guy. I'm just looking at his name here. It should be Tales of the Brave Ulysses. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a kickback or about something specific. Maybe a character or something like that. I don't know. However, all he says is well-regulated. Let's look at well-regulated, shall we? Now, in the amendment, it says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, in this thread here, there have been people that have pointed out that, okay, well-regulated means this, well-regulated means that. And there's people from both sides saying this. Now, I want to assume with what he means, well-regulated means, obviously, regulated. Like, there has to be laws of this, this, and this, and this. He wants it to be strict. It's kind of what comes off on my mind of there. Now, when I think of well-regulated, I think of, okay, that means kind of the same thing. Like, there's obviously, there's going to be, rules and stuff that we have to follow. Now we do have that generally when it comes to guns. I can't just go fucking buy one. That's not something that happens. I can say I want that pistol and just give them money and walk out with that. I do have to go through a background check. Oftentimes I can wait upwards to a week. Sometimes if my background check comes back really fast and clean and clear, boom, I am out of there within 15 minutes. Either way, it's not something where I can just go, boom, all right, that's mine. Like there are flags that do raise in the system. Now, there are other things I do think we should add to the gun purchase process. I have made tweets about it, and along those lines, even if you go to Quora, it's I don't know, it's kind of like a forum, kind of like Reddit, more legal type of stuff, more mature. I made a whole post on there about that. Now, going into the well-regulated. Now, one person in here did say the definitions do tend to change. Now, I kind of took that with full force with what he meant. So I did Google what, definition of well-regulated. Now, the definition of well-regulated, I'm going to assume this is meaning today's age. It says, obviously it's an adjective and it kind of describes it here, but it is controlled or supervised to conform to rules, regulations, tradition, etc. A well-regulated militia. I completely fudged up that word. Now, if you look at it in 1776, the constitutionalcenter.org, this is coming, it says it comes from the file of CNN _August _11th. I haven't clicked this link really. I do like to just look at the snippets. It does make everything a little bit on the faster side. So at the same time, though, I'm not looking into too deep onto this side of things. I am just looking at just the snippets of everything. Now, it does mean that militia was ineffective was in an effective shape to fight. In other words, it didn't mean the state was controlling the militia in a certain way, but rather that the militia was prepared to do its duty. Both of those definitions have something in common. They both don't say the state is regulating this militia. They're also both not saying that it's, on top of it, it's not being the state that's controlling it. But it's just both saying that, hey, they're saying the same thing essentially. Let's just be honest here. Now, going on to the rest of the amendment here of the right of the people. That's where I like to play with things, because there's so many people that are on the left that think, oh, it's the right to the militia, stuff like that. They really heavily use this word militia when it comes to trying to fight the right of the people. Now, when you look at the Second Amendment, there's commas. Now, when you're looking at the commas, what do? They separate clauses. They separate list items, and oftentimes you do see them being used to replace and or the word or. Now, I'm not 100% sure on how you want to perceive the commas in here. However, no matter what you want to perceive them as, and no matter what way you look at them, they're always separating them as items. They are separate things. So you're looking at it, there's two separate things that are in the Second Amendment, and it's just one. So you're getting 2 in 1, essentially. There are plenty of amendments that do this. They add multiple clauses and multiple things into these amendments. It's not just, oh, this one's just this one, or this one's just that one. There's always a mix of something in there. And when you come to this one, you're looking at it, it says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state and the right of the people. Now, the people to keep and bear arms. What a lot of people do here is they like to say, like, oh, it's only up to, they always really heavily rely on the militia word. Now, if it was the right of the militia to keep and bear arms, it would say the right of the militia to keep and bear arms, not the people. Now, who's the people? The people is me and you. That's me, you, Tales of Brave Ulysses, Kevin Sorbo, Donald Trump. It's whoever the hell you think owns a gun can own a gun because of that right there. Because the people to keep and bear arms, not the militia. They're two separate things. That's how it works. Honestly, I think that should be the end of it. And then if you look at it, both of these things, the right to the well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, and the right of the people to keep and bear arms, both of them shall not be infringed. Right? Okay, perfect. So what does infringed mean? Now, what is shall not be infringed? To encroach upon in a way that violates law or the rights of another. That right there, it means that you cannot take this away. It's something that we're going to have, and that's why you can't outright just ban guns. It's not going to work, and it's honestly probably is never going to pass. There's too many people who love this amendment. Now you can put laws on it, such as we already can't own fully automatic. I can only own semi-automatic guns. Now, the issue with the gun ban, in my opinion, is the Republicans keep putting holes in it, such as they're banning them based off of looks rather than their actions, is true. That's just fact, and that's why so many are against it. There's even Democrats that are against that gun ban because what they're doing is wrong. However, I think I'm gonna end the video here, but in short, this amendment, it's pretty straightforward on how it operates, and both sides do like to twist it in their own ways. However, when you look at it, that's just not how it works.